was specifically built for the Super Bowl, and it was right up, like down from the Super Bowl. And it had like top-notch artists playing there every night. It was very expensive, and I was thinking they put together this like take-apart place inside of a warehouse for Taylor Swift to play. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen something like, how about a billionaire's ranch, and you take a helicopter. All of you have to take helicopter rides there, and you stay there for a couple days. I think that would be way more interesting, and have Taylor Swift play there. And not only that, so let's say however many people fit in that club a night. I don't know. Look, I'm not going to sit here and do the math, but I'm saying that you could have charged to do this thing at one of these badass Texas ranches, and people would have paid really, really, really good money for that, because there was a helicopter company, flying people around and stuff like that. So yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little bit better, like I was thinking, like we have, like the Wortham Center, and we've got opera houses and badass theaters and stuff like that. And I'm trying to think, what was the place where I went to go see the Phantom of the Opera. But yeah, man, we've got opera houses and junk like that we could have, maybe we don't want all of these people in there drinking and sitting in the velvet seats. And I did hear that they also, some of the strippers from out of town, it looked like they had a temporary strip club set up, because there was like a sign, one of those signs that you order from, like Fast Signs, which is a very, very good place to order signs from. But it was just like a Fast Signs out there that said whatever the stripper club name was. And the news report was like, the strippers were talking about that they got robbed, and there was some broke ass people in Houston. And then whenever they asked the police about it, the police were like, well, no one ever reported a robbery here or anything like that. So, yeah. And then, so then the reporter says, so these people were basically just, making some shit up because no one reported a robbery. And I'm thinking, yeah, well, guess what? If you're, a person of particular, not trying to judge strippers, okay? Or anything like that, but if you're a person of a certain morality, you know what I mean? Or if you're doing something else wrong, then you probably wouldn't call the police if you got robbed. Just like, let's just say if you got robbed out of your meth, whatever, you're dope. If you got robbed out your dope or whatever, then you're probably not going to report that to the police. If you got robbed out of the $100 for just sucking some dude off, then you're probably not going to report that. You know what I mean? So it just depends. It just depends. Oh, the George R. Brown we had set up. And I put that it was just so freaking crowded with locals. You know what I mean? That whenever the people, our people from out of town got here, from all over the world, that they had to shut that place down. Like it's full. We can't have anyone else at the NFL Experience or we had the Discovery Green, which is just the space there in between the George R. Brown Center and I guess Minute Maid Reliant and all that is. I'm sorry, George R. Brown, Minute Maid, like the House of Blues and all that stuff's right back behind. It's a nice park. It's a nice public gathering area. They had a Discovery Green set up But yeah, again, it was so crowded that they couldn't let anyone else on there. So what I'm saying is maybe we should have all like let some of our guests enjoy a little bit of the cake instead of just chomping all of the cake ourselves. We have tons and tons and tons of product that was trucked in to sell all of the cattle coming in to just buy anything. And then that tells me how great that this was supposed to be for the city of Houston. And what about all of the stuff that we have to throw away now? All of the waste that this produced? I don't know. I wish sometimes it would be a little bit more about the some hospitality and the longevity of having some events here. Make it something really special. And I'm sure a lot of people had a super special experience here because guess what? The game itself actually turned out to be the belle of the ball this year. Imagine that. Turned out to be a game of a lifetime to watch. So I think that memory in itself will probably be etched into everyone's brain. But we did have $75 hotel rooms going for $750. If you caught a hotel room free, it was $75. It was going for $150. So I don't know. I mean, come on. Like, that's just, you should be blessed that you're able to rent out that room consistently for a few weeks. All of your rooms, everything. Like, boom, boom, boom. So I don't believe in that. That was just a common thing in Houston. But yeah, the main thing is that I know that there are way more good people around Houston than the surrounding areas, and that the stereotypical Southerner bullshit is just that. It's bullshit. That there are way more, you know, people that have a strong opinion one way or another that may not be right or may not be, it may be right, it may be wrong, but it's theirs and they own it. And they do not just go by the stereotypical Southern behavior. And I encourage that and I appreciate that because, you know, that's, the Southerners don't all beat their women and, you know, and then I was like, well, we're not really the South. Texas is the Southwest. So I thought we were not part of that whole stereotypical Southerner culture stereotype. But, however, I've heard if you want to listen to a really good comedy special on Netflix, then check out Joe Rogan's Triggered. It's pretty funny, pretty good stuff. Very, very funny, very good stuff. What I was saying though on there is that, yeah, he was like, I don't want to get into it, but his vision of what Texans are is amazing. And it made me think about how some of my friends, and maybe how even I might come off, being born and raised in Texas. How do other people see us? And I don't know. I want our community to be viewed as something serious, and I encourage my brothers out there that do voice their own opinions, and all my girls out there, all my sexy girls, little maniacs out there, to think for yourself and to form your own judgments and opinions for yourself. Do your own research. Why am I saying this? Because look, guys, we have so much. I've really thought about this a lot. Being in such all the information in the world right here at your fingertips, right? But you can only process so much at one time. You know what I mean? So there's such a thing as too much information. There's such a thing as unplugging and literally grounding yourself. When I tell you, whenever I'm saying, you hear me? I'm saying to live for your mind, your body, and your spirit. I mean this. I mean, you can live too much for your brain and read too much and not move around and sit there and get fat. Like I've done. That's why I've decided. I've started to. I've not started. I am getting into better shape every single day. I'm eating better things every single day. I'm trying to advance and move forward in life and fill my place in society. And motherfucking zents. And that's all this show is about, encouragement. And how do you guys feel about? Do you get up every day and have to go chug on the old company cock, or do you get up every day and you do what you love to do? But yeah, I've thought about so much about too much information. What is it making? Is always relying on your computer, your mobile device, to think for you. What it's doing is you're not firing those electrons in your brain to think for yourself, for one. And then when you do that and you just glance at Twitter, glance at Facebook, and you see, oh, damn, this or that or this, and you process that real fast like it's the factual actual, right? Which I'm not saying it is or it isn't, but without you having seen this yourself in real life, in person, guess what, guys? There still is a real life and an in-person and a Mother Nature out there that definitely never hurts. Sometimes stings a little. I get shark bit, but to go out to the beach, and I never realized also that, your body have a constant, like a build of electrons. What are they? Ground in your body is to take off your shoes and to literally walk around on the ground and let negative electrons flow out of your body. Wow, it sounds so simple. And that's why a lot of people like to, you just feel a little bit better. You walk around barefooted for a little while. You ever walk around, and I'm saying on the ground, outside, grass between your toes. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I'm being a little over 40 years old. I'm thinking, I'm dumb. I'm gonna constant learn something new not every day, but every minute, every hour. How much of this information will you really retain? You know what I mean? Too much is enough. What you need to do, and what I do sometimes, is just like turn your mobile device off, turn everything off. Right? Take a day or two off, or a week off. Or guess what? If my phone bill is past due and they cut off my phone, I really don't lose a whole lot of sleep over it for a little while. And I know some of you need your mobile devices for your job and all that kind of stuff, and on Craigslist and all that kind of stuff, but I'm saying it does the body good to go out even to the beach. A little bit of, call it saltwater therapy. Sand and saltwater therapy. Catch a few sun rays. Walk around on the sand. Check out some little bull hotties coming out of the water. So yeah, I don't know how much of a cash grab this was for the Super Bowl, but it does seem like major sports in general, are really just a cash grab. And the minute that people realize that they don't have to fucking pay all this money for sports is the minute that the sports players are gonna go back to making a fucking moderate salary and earning what they fucking make. That's my opinion, man. There's no way that you can catch a football and make it into the end zone and you're worth $40 million a year. But when the numbers add up,